Hello, I'm James Burleson, the Public Information Officer for the North Glen Police Department. This weekly video review covers the period from April 7th to April 20th. On April 8th at 8:08 p.m., officers responded to an injury crash involving a vehicle that drove into a home near Malley Drive and Irma Drive. The vehicle failed to stop at a stop sign and continued into the garage of the home. Fortunately, the occupant inside the home was not injured. The driver was taken into custody but later released, pending further investigation. At this time, the investigation is focused on determining whether the driver suffered a medical incident at the time of the crash. This week, we would like to recognize Officer Thompson for an outstanding act of kindness and service. On April 10th at 12:23 p.m., Officer Thompson responded to a call to check the well-being of a citizen. He located an elderly woman walking in traffic, attempting to reach a medical appointment. Rather than simply ensuring her safety and directing her onward, Officer Thompson went above and beyond. Demonstrating care and professionalism, he personally ensured she arrived safely by giving her a ride himself. It's moments like these that show the heart behind the badge. Great job, Officer Thompson. On April 12th at 12:44 a.m., Officer Pacheco conducted a traffic stop for speeding. Upon stopping, the driver moved to the passenger seat and falsely claimed someone else had been driving before fleeing on foot. That driver was arrested for DUI, driving with a revoked license, speeding, and no insurance. On April 12th at 5:04 a.m., officers responded to a domestic violence call after a juvenile reported hearing his mother being assaulted. Upon arrival, officers found the victim with visible injuries and blood on her shirt. The suspect initially refused to come out of the apartment, but was eventually located hiding in a closet. Officers safely removed the children and took the suspect into custody. He was booked on charges including domestic violence assault, child abuse, and false imprisonment. On April 14th at 4:48 a.m., officers responded to a call about a vehicle stuck on a rock. When they arrived, they found a minivan high-centered on a rock at the northwest corner of Malley Drive and Washington Street, a spot that's becoming a bit too familiar. Fortunately, everyone inside the vehicle was okay, and a tow truck was called to remove the van. On April 19th at 2:59 p.m., Officer Jeffers initiated a traffic stop for speeding. As he approached the vehicle, the driver fled onto the highway. Using a police database, officers identified a possible address for the registered owner of the vehicle. Officers located the vehicle in the area and identified the associated apartment. A male answered the door and admitted to fleeing the stop because he didn't believe an officer was approaching his car. He also admitted to using marijuana and alcohol. He was arrested for driving under the influence of drugs, obstruction, misdemeanor eluding, and speeding. Excellent teamwork and investigative work by the involved officers. On April 19th at 11:03 p.m., officers responded to a report of a large party involving minors at a local hotel. Upon arrival, officers discovered approximately 15 individuals between the ages of 17 and 19 crowded into a single hotel room. The occupants were in possession of alcohol and disturbing other hotel patrons. The person who rented the room was not present. Multiple minor in possession of alcohol citations were issued, and a large quantity of alcohol was confiscated. All involved parties were released to parents or sober drivers. North Glen police officers complete extensive annual training to ensure readiness and professionalism in the field. Training includes de-escalation, defensive tactics, scenario-based exercises, and emergency medical response. Last week, officers participated in firearms training, reinforcing safe handling practices and improving marksmanship. These ongoing hours of instruction are vital in preparing officers to respond effectively, safely, and with sound judgment in any situation. Crime data and trends can be found on our website, www.northglen.org/police. Be sure to follow us on social media for the latest from the North Glen Police Department.